Ed Dante. He wrote this article in the Chronicle that said basically, listen, academics, you need to know about this. This is a big problem. I'm making 80 grand a year doing this full time, and there are 50 other people working in my office. At the time, so many people said he's making it up, but no, he wasn't, unfortunately.
This is Professor Phil Newton of Swansea University, talking not just about any writers. He's talking about professional essay writers. They advertise themselves as companies who would write all your academic essays for you. With a click of a button, you will find thousands of websites through which you can outsource your work. And guess what? It's a perfectly legitimate business.
The companies protect themselves in their terms and conditions.
This is my colleague Elodie, by the way. Driven by curiosity, the both of us began investigating these businesses, now officially called contract cheating. Let's go back to Professor Newton, who was explaining to us how they get away.
You say basically you're supposed to use this for reference or as a model answer. You're not to submit this as your own work. If you do, that's none of our responsibility. And that really does insulate them. The government has a list of registered businesses at Companies House, and if you put the word essay into that, you'll find a couple of dozen at least. It's allowed because their current status is providing model answers and research guides and some other sort of academic support services. They don't advertise themselves as being cheating services. And so from a legal perspective, they're not doing anything wrong.
So we decided to look into this. Oh, this is me, Archana Menon. What we found was shocking. There are over thousands of websites of the kind that claim to have years of experience in the field. They claim to offer a wide variety of services with reviews from students across the world. They even seem to have legitimate addresses. We sent out a mail to get quotations from various agencies. One responded immediately and chatted with us on Instant Messenger. On inquiring about prices, we were left in complete shock.
250 words a page?
They told us a master's dissertation would cost £22.5 per page, which sums up to £1,350. Expensive, right? The agencies promised us step-by-step assistance until the final draft of our dissertation. They assured us that they would send in the essays earlier, giving us time to discuss it with the tutor. Having received feedback, they would even rework it for the final submission. However, one thing they were insistent on is payment. They wouldn't start the work until they received the payment beforehand. We went to Staffordshire University to speak to Thomas Lancaster, the Associate Dean who leads the research on this topic. He, along with his colleague Robert Clark, were the first to coin the term contract cheating in 2006.
Many of them also advertise in person, so they will leave leaflets around a campus, or they may give business cards out to students on campus. There's a huge number of people involved in the contract cheating business. There are some very big companies that advertise over the internet that have a lot of workers in their premises. They also have access to writers from all around the world who they can send the work to.
The network of writers does indeed extend around the world. Posing as students, we contacted one based all the way back in India.
So this is a dissertation proposal. I have to rewrite it because I'm rethinking my idea. So around the 27th of May, would that be possible?
27, yeah, it's possible. It's possible. 3,000 words, I think so.
How did you know it was 300 words?
3,000 words. Yeah, because I am from past 7 years we are working in this field, and proposal will be the 3,000 words, and assignment will be the 1,500 words, 2,000 words, and all. And so I am contacting with Manchester, Cardiff, Leeds, Greenwich, all those university students I am contacting.
Has anybody been caught?
नहीं पकड़े नहीं जाएंगे आप देखो मैं इसमें काम कर रहा हूँ तो कोई पकड़े गए नहीं है और मैं अभी एक है ना स्टूडेंट का मैं काम कर रहा हूँ अराउंड मुझे लगता है उसके बैक टू बैक हर असाइनमेंट मैं ही कर रहा हूँ जैसे ही असाइनमेंट मिलता है तो वो मुझे पिंग करते हैं और मैं उनका असाइनमेंट डन कर देता हूँ.
Shocking, isn't it? To think a student doesn't finish a single assignment given to them.
Never that keen on subjects where students just write essay after essay after essay, because a lot of that time students become very good at writing essays, or someone else becomes very good in writing essays for them, but they're still lacking some of the real skills they need to get a job afterwards.
How does it affect the quality of professionals produced?
I think you could put forward an argument that essays aren't particularly practical or reflective of the type of work that students will do unless they become a professional essay writer. And so therefore we need to think about the type of assessments that we use and think about different ways of getting students to learn skills and to present that information.
Which is why both Professor Newton and Lancaster are involved in a project funded by the Australian government to intensively research the implications of this act, specifically focusing on the design of assignments to tackle the issues.
There's a need for a holistic approach. So we might do some work on the law, we might end up with a law that prevents certain aspects of this behaviour, but we also need to make sure that assessments are resilient. I really think in order to make sure that all universities are on board across the country and across the world is the job of the regulator.
He means the higher education funding councils of the three countries. Since the one for Wales declined to comment, we spoke to Simon Bullock of the Quality Assurance Agency that monitors education standards across the UK.
We wanted to explore non-legislative solutions. The request from Joe Johnson, the Universities Minister, to look at guidance for students and guidance for higher education providers, which is now going to focus slightly more on the potential seriousness of being caught and the sanctions that could be imposed if individuals are caught cheating.
So the students will be dealt with, but without a law, the writers can still get away, and without even the slightest remorse.
Cheating, I don't feel so is cheating क्योंकि देखो है ना आप मुझे दे रहे हो सब कुछ मैं आपके पास से मटेरियल ले रहा हूँ.
Then you get the degree, no? How is it my degree?
No. All year, 3 years or 2 years, I am not doing your assignment, right? Any one of the assignments I will be doing yours. So anything pop and all in this. Students are in the need of help, so we are here to help them. That's